Good morning, friends. It's Miss Tracy here, and I'm here with our Sunday morning Bible story, and it comes from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Well, I hope you've been joining me, and I hope you join me again today. We have been reading through this story, and you know what? We're finally to the part where um, where Jesus is preparing to be our rescuer. So it's so exciting. The name of this story is called Let's Go. So it is found in your Bible in Matthew 4, Mark 1, and Luke 4 through 6. Well, it's told three times in the Bible, which is really exciting. Um, so after Jesus was baptized, well, he went out to the desert, which might seem like a strange place to go. A desert is hot and dry, but it's quiet, and he was going away where nobody else was. So he went out there to the desert, and it says here in the Jesus Storybook Bible, it says, Jesus thought about the secret rescue plan that he had made with God. Before the foundation of the world, they both knew what would happen what would need to happen to rescue God's children. Jesus would have to die. There was no other way. It was the reason he had come. Well, remember that old enemy? Remember the snake that was in the garden in the very beginning of our stories? Remember that where the snake was Satan in disguise as a snake, and he came and talked to Adam and Eve, and they listened to that silly snake instead of trusting God. Well, here he is again. He comes up again in the story. And he's trying to tell Jesus that, you know what? Um, you don't need to listen to God. You don't need to die. You don't need to do any of those things. He's trying to trick him like he did Adam and Eve. Well, Jesus, he's not like Adam and Eve in that way because this is what he says. He says, no. Jesus said to the liar, I will do what God says. And from that moment on, nothing would ever be the same. Jesus wasn't like Adam. Jesus was a new kind of man. He would not believe the terrible lies that the enemy spoke. Jesus knew that God loved him and he loved his people and he would trust him. Well, story goes on that Jesus left the desert, okay? And I brought my little friends. So here's Jesus. So he left the desert and he comes along to a river. So a big body of water, sorry. So this is where the rescue plan begins. Well, he needed some friends to help him. So he's going along and he sees some fishermen, and they're out on the sea. It's the Sea of Galilee, and they're out there, and he sees them, and they're fishing. Okay, and he calls out for them, and he says, "Hey, Peter and Andrew." And actually, this one's Peter. And James. It'll be James. So Peter, Andrew, James, and John. He's like, hey, guys, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. What? Fishing for men? How can that happen? Well, you're going to see. This is part of God's rescue plan. He needed some friends, he needed some helpers. Have you ever been chosen to be a helper? Well, that's exciting. Well, God needed more than just these four. And you know what? Do you think that they just followed him? Do you think that they heard what he said and said, oh, yeah, this guy seems legit. Let's go follow him? Well, guess what? God put in them this knowledge. They knew. It was when Jesus spoke, it was something different. They were excited to hear him, and they felt like, wow, we need to follow him. They knew, wow, this is somebody special, and this is someone different. So they didn't understand completely. But guess what? They just left their nets and their fish wiggling there on the beach, and they left their boats and they followed him. So they went along and they found some more friends. All right. So God needed 12 of them. So all together, I'm going to try to hold them all. Ooh, let's see. So his friends, his helpers were Peter, Andrew, James, John, Matthew, hello, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, woo, another James, hello, Simon, Thaddeus, and a Judas. So here are his 12 helpers. Wow, that seems like a lot of people. Yeah, look at them all. Here they are. And you know what? They were all ready to follow Jesus. And this is where it started. They all decided, hey, let's follow him. And they did. They followed Jesus. And that's where our rescue plan begins. God had told us a long time ago in the very beginning of the Bible that he was going to send a rescuer. And he did. And that rescuer is Jesus. So I hope you enjoyed the story today, and I hope that you read it in your Jesus Storybook Bible and read it in your other Bible, and know that all of the stories in the Bible are true. That means that they really, really happen. Well, I hope to see you all soon. Bye bye.